Hey, journeyman, journeywomen, this is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, delayed but not denied. Had a little technical difficulties, but we are here, live in living color. Dun, dun, dun. All right, live in living color. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all the people, the old people and the new people, all alike. Well, this is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, here to encourage, to motivate, to inspire, helping you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. If you find any value in this content, go ahead, give me a like, comment, and share, because help me help you so we can help others. And by clicking the thumbs up and give me a like and commenting and sharing, what you do is you help grow with me organically, and so we can make it better tomorrow, today. So with that being said, tonight, you know what it is. I am a tad bit delayed because of technical difficulties, but we got that all paired up. If I'm going to put the link into the invite guests into the comment section. So here we go. For those who want to come on for the Q&A section, just you know where it is. I guess where's my link? My link's right here. Now you get the link in the comment section. So for those who would like to come on into on the Q&A section, this broadcast is set up in 3 sections. We do a summary, which is a recap or preview, and we do a update, and then we do a Q&A. The Q&A, what I do is that I bring down, if for those who went on Spotify or the Apple or the Google Cast and left the message or a comment or question on the audio podcast, I will play that. I will play and respond to the audio podcast, and then I will read the chat, and then I bring the people in the back up to the surface, and then we can discuss the previous video, other things that may pertain to the previous videos, and get some things aired out and help some people out. So, with that being said, where my cup at? I ain't got my cup. Oh well, such is life. So, all right. Let me know. Good evening, everybody. Let me know if my sound is on point or if it's off point. I see my bars moving. It looks good to me, but I don't know if it sounds good to everybody else. So if it sounds good to everybody else, let me know if it sounds good to everybody else, and then I can proceed. Just give me a thumbs up in the comment section, and then we can do what it do. Usually, Tito's usually the first person to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But I don't know, Marina. I don't know what's up. What's up with that? Okay, with that being said. All right, now what we are talking about, I assume everything's all right since nobody said nothing. Sounds good. Thank you. Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah? Who? You'll correct me later. All right. So the summary, the recap is the video. You know what it is. You know what it is. It is the recap, the update, and the Q&A. And what we are discussing tonight is rage. Rage is as far as my my defining scale of the levels of toxicity it takes to get to a point of no return. That's what I'm discussing. Rage is the 4th area that I've described in previous videos, that's adding on to things that I've described in previous videos that in previous videos that actually get you to a point where you can't return from, or you can return, but at times it becomes very difficult when you get to that depth of unforgiveness. Now, what happens that, and I'm gonna briefly go over the previous um, stages. I state in previous videos that unforgiveness is a process that starts with first a point of frustration. Now, when the frustration happens, and then it breeds into resentment, and then it breeds into bitterness. The bitterness tends to form from the gut and starts to penetrate the system, and then it calcifies or becomes like an ice cube. And when it becomes like an ice cube, it become a weight. And when something's a weight with you, it seems to press on you. It seems to be pressing. But when you have a weight that's inside, it depresses you and brings you down to a point that you were not intended to go. And what it also does, it prevents you from actually to moving to the rate of speed that you need to move to get to where you need to go. What happens is that sometimes people actually take the offense and the sin of somebody else and carry their weight. They carry the other person's weight on them, and it stops them from moving the way God wants them to move. He doesn't want you to hold anything with you to delay you from doing what you need to do. And a lot of times, I think people would choose to take on that load. Probably choose because they don't know any other way, or they mimic off something they saw on television and think that's the way you're supposed to be do it. Way you're supposed to do things. They think it's the American way, or but it's not. It's a way that can delay you from getting where you need to go, missing what you meant to have, and doing what you meant to be doing. And those things that can kind of keep you stuck in a state of frustration and unforgiveness and not moving any further. So what happens is that the isolated root that's in you, it gives weight, and then weight, and that's the root of bitterness that's formulated and filling your very system. Now when that system, when it weighs you down to a certain point, and just use for example, now I've stated this earlier, let's use for example that your body your body houses the ice cube or houses the root, and you have different shells on your root, within your body, different shells that's within your body, that actually houses roots and ice, or just different things. But the root encased in the ice is lying on a shelf in your house. It houses your internals. And what happens that is first is lying on the counter at room temperature, where it's melting, but it's melting gradually. But that's like the seething part that really gets you. That can see is gradually melting, and when it's melting, then the bitterness is getting fresh again. And when it gets fresh, the remainder of the ice goes on top of the stove. Now, mind you, my illustration is that this is your internals. So it's internal. So if the ice cube with the root is on, or the block of ice with the root is on the stove, and the stove is on, it's the furnace. The furnace actually melts the ice to a point where it starts to boil, and when the water starts to boil, it steams. And when it steams, it's giving off toxic fumes. Now, if the block of ice and the root are in you, and the toxic fumes are going up, that means it's penetrating your very system, in every part of your being. So not just emotionally, but physically, you are being affected and infected by unforgiveness. And the boil of the steam causes rage. And that's the rage that you internalize and you keep, and then starts to penetrate through who you are. And then it becomes evident on even a scowl on your face, or the way you walk and the way you communicate with individuals or around family or friends. If they really love you, they'll tell you about yourself. Um, and then what happens, the rage, the smoke, it really does a number on you. It steams, it makes you hot. And I'm leaving the next one. and then you go to a form of the next phase is you go to a point of a murderer. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about the first four. So that is my summary of the previous video that we put up the previous day. And so, with that being said, hold on, let me see. Da da da. That being said, let's see what we do. What we do. All right, all right. Now, what my downloads? All right. That being said, now we doing. All right. Thank you. Now we're gonna do the updates. The updates. Now the update is for next week. Where we're doing a video called the internal assassin. Internal assassin be the connection. It'd be the last stage of toxicity, and when it's an assassin, then you know what happened. You know what that means. That means it's all over, and that's unfortunately that's how a lot of people they lead they lead and live their life in perpetual state of unforgiveness in a toxic state of being which does nothing but kill them on the inside out. But that's for next week. So that is my update. Now, seeing that I do not have any audios, I don't have audios. Or when I play the audios, I will put in audio. So any chats, any questions on the chat line, and I will start to bring in um people from the back room. From the back room. All right. Let's see. All right, Renee, you here? Renee, you here? I see the R. Oh, let me see. I gotta listen to the. I gotta put my earphones on to hear you now. The ooh, holy night. Night. Eh, eh. Hello, hello. I don't have you on mute. Let me see. Let me see if I have you on mute. Connection's good. Renee, you here? I see your
Can you
face.
hear me?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I was there before. I guess the camera wasn't on.
No, no. I saw you inside. I didn't get to the Q&A yet.
Oh, you could see my face before?
Yeah, I saw you. I saw you. Then you went away.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. When you when you click on, you just go on. You go into the back room until I bring you on. So I knew you was in the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay, okay.
I could look right at you.
Oh, okay. So you could see me, but I just couldn't see me. All right.
Right, right. That's how it goes. Yeah, yeah. Question: Did you see the video?
I watched the first part of it. Yeah, that's the 8 minute one, right? Rage and
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Feedback. What you think?
um, yeah. It made me think of a time when I was really
Back away. You got too much
um.
light. You got too much light in your eye.
Oh, how about now?
You looking like Tito, man. All
How about
faded
now?
out. Yeah. Yeah,
When
that's good.
yeah, when I was in a state of rage and my manager at the gas station I used to work, I got so angry. I asked him to step outside so I could fight him. in front of the customers and everything. But I would, like you said, that rage. You're not thinking clearly.
Did
Customers,
he,
everything.
did he step outside?
No, he didn't. He stayed in behind the glass, which I'm very thankful for because I was so angry. I literally was. Uh, I was serious. I wanted to fight him, and then I started thinking about going in my car and getting the crowbar and all that. That's how angry I was.
You
But
sound
like
like
you
Lee.
said, it was true rage.
You sound like Lee.
Ah, Lee. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lazy rage kid, but he puts on tap. He puts on yeah.
Mhm.
He has
Yeah, that doesn't
situation where
happen very often.
yeah. What you talking about, Lee or you?
With me, yeah, yeah. I don't get that angry very often, but yeah, I did. Um, I was well when I say like when I calmed down, I felt very embarrassed and ashamed. And the next time I went to work, I apologized to everybody.
But everybody, it was just him there, wasn't it?
No, the other coworkers was there too. There was a guy. Remember those old Crown gas stations? I don't think they're around anymore.
No, the one you worked.
Remember?
I thought you worked
Remember?
on. Lee worked one on High Point Road. He worked at BP.
Yeah, remember Crown?
Yeah,
Those
but yeah, I don't
those
think
little
they're around
Crown gas
either.
stations. Yeah, I think they're not in business anymore. But yeah, so there were like maybe three other cashiers there, and then he was the assistant manager. Yeah, but like you said, the rage. Um, and I think it's after that, after I apologized, and we eventually were like pretty cool with each other. Yeah, and I didn't really feel any
Because you want you to
angry
fight him.
feelings. No, I just think I let it out, and then he turned out afterwards to be pretty cool. So yeah, but when you're enraged, you're not thinking clearly. I'm glad though. I'm really glad he didn't come outside, and I didn't put him in a hospital or anything. That probably would have been a
You do
very terrible outcome.
you gonna do Danielson
Danielson, what are you doing? I can't see your arms.
Karate Kid,
Wait.
Karate
Oh, is
Kid,
that
the
is
crane.
that his name? uh, no, I was thinking about getting the crowbar and beating him.
That's that's not that's not being a good martial artist.
No, it isn't. It's that rage. Good martial arts should have stayed calm and been peaceful, But yeah, that rage to have you, I was like,
Like like
ah,
like quiet
oh,
like quiet Chan Kung Fu David Carradine.
yeah,
No, no, the water is best calm when we're quiet.
yeah. I would love to always be that calm. And the store was full of customers too. It was a line of customers. So I'm standing at the door like, come on, let's go. Step outside. All the customers are looking at me. he's behind the he's behind the glass door like, what in the world? The other cashiers are looking. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
if it happened today, you'd be famous.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, this is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there wasn't nobody recording anything then. Yeah, yeah. Then the manager came the next day. Was like, how in the world do you guys get to a point where you're actually gonna fight each other? Yeah, I was like, yeah, I apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. That rage, man. Woo.
it, I think what happens that it doesn't start out like that. It's a continuum. It's a spectrum. So it starts out
Mhm,
with anger. It starts out with like minor irritation. Yeah,
mhm,
irritation. Then it gets like, boy, you get the person always say something to you. Let it
mhm.
pass. It's okay. And they all now I got people like I have I got some people like that. That's like, hmm, that person must really be insecure. I know somebody currently. It's like, no, why they? Oh, I guess they feel I'm the easiest target. Okay,
Mm.
and they joke me. Oh, okay, Okay, they really
Hmm.
insecure. Yeah, poor baby. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
so
about
yeah.
yeah
So
the
you were in a good
yeah,
place where you could handle it calmly. You just like, okay, he's just insecure. You didn't
yeah
retaliate.
yeah yeah. Now I probably was a good place to probably snap at him, but I he does it so consistently. That's it. Okay. He just
Mhm.
yeah he feels threatened. Don't know why. Don't know why. So
Mm.
okay. So I don't give him much energy. Yeah. I'm wasting time. Yeah, I'm not giving that type of energy to waste. It's okay because when I was 20 something, maybe 30, it probably got to me. And if it need be, it be addressed if it's brought up in an appropriate time. I did that one time as if something that was really it's very inappropriate what the person did. I checked the person. I said, "Listen, it's not my name in front of a whole bunch of people." I checked him. Yeah, I said, "No, you thought that was being funny, or I mean," and that's why I checked him. Said, "It's not my name. My name is such and such." And he said, "Oh, he'd be backed up then." But sometimes you have to be stern. Well, I mean that you're in your emotions. It's just that you mean you're just addressing something. As a matter of fact, I think what happens when you let stuff pass, you feel some kind of way. So the continuum of irritability, it gets more intense, get more intense, and then this ain't the day. He's like, this no, this ain't the day. Now we're gonna take care of this. Nah, shoot, I just got to play Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I'm ready now. Yeah, Sonic Blast.
Yeah. So yeah, it builds up, and then you let it out.
Yeah, and I think and people don't address it because uh, anger can be good and bad. And pretty much anger is just a warning. It's a secondary emotion just to let you know there's something internally wrong that needs to be addressed. But I think what happens so often that people ignore the warning signal. Just like the warning signal, it's telling you something's wrong. Check it out. Not get a whole bunch of pills. But sometimes you get to a certain you got to get pills to bring yourself down so you can address it. Yeah.
Right. Right.
And so I mean so you get you can jump into what you already do and to keep busy. The biggest not biggest enemy the big yeah the ability you ever deal with is yourself.
Mm.
It's quiet.
You break it up a little. You broke up a little bit right there.
They're quiet. Okay. You switch sides.
Who me? I just turned the phone. Well,
Okay.
I'm just holding
Okay.
the phone differently. Like now, I'm holding the phone long. Now I'm holding it the so this is the long way, and this is the short way. That's all. I just changed how I was holding. I didn't know it actually changed how you see me.
Yeah, it changes the dynamics I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it changes the dynamics. Okay, that works out better. Like that way. Yeah, so I mean, it's a continuum. So it starts out one way, then it ends up getting to a point, and then don't let it get to a tends to find you out. Tends to find you out. Then you want to make them. Then you try to push it off on them. Then you get mad. One
Hmm.
always that boy. That's when people living a lie, and is really eating them. It can be trauma, childhood, adolescent, or a young adulthood, or situation. It be a situation, experience, a relationship caused trauma, and you never dealt with the trauma, and trauma, and then the wrong person addressed you the wrong day, and oh boy, it's on like
He said, not today.
and not today, not today. Oh man, Tito, you ain't saying
Mm.
anything. No, no response. Let me see. Like your post, rage versus anger. Oh, cool. All right.
That's when you're like,
Okay.
not today, devil.
any any current situation, anything that you done dealt.
I thank God that in the last couple years, I think, God has been doing a really great work inside of me. I get angry really less and less. Um, I'm more prone to like you said, just remain calm and kind of let things go. Um, yeah, it's
But
been it's been
how do you release it though?
it's been a while. Um,
How you used to come on kick the dog?
hmm, no. I mean, sometimes I just don't even get angry about it. Like it doesn't even bother me in some cases.
That
It just
water off the back?
depends. I know. Yeah, I know. I know that exercising. I like to exercise, and it's kind of a stress reliever.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
I just
one
like
way.
yeah.
I kind of like, I kind of let things go. Just, um, yeah, like exercise and stuff like that. Yeah. But overall, yeah, like you said, just water on a duck's back. It doesn't even bother me like some things. Now, I'm sure there's still some things out there, but it's a work in progress. But it's been
Right.
a while since I had a very intense, probably since last year, I had a very, very intense emotional outbreak. Yeah.
There's a parking lot.
No, the parking lot thing happened years ago. Remember,
Yeah,
that was back when I was
I'm
still in
talking
North
the lady,
Carolina.
the driver, the lady's like, you such and such. Whole cul-de-sac looking at you, the apartments looking at you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like
I would describe
like
that
you
as
Denzel Washington.
anger. Yeah, not
He's like,
rage. It didn't reach the point of rage, but I
he
was
said,
yelling at her. Yeah.
I am King Kong. I have all y'all in Pelican Bay.
Ah, yeah, he didn't get
And
that intense yet,
you
but
all
yeah.
in Pelican Bay.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, he said he was taking papers out on all of them. Some of that,
Every last one of you all.
yeah, yeah, yes. Said it while he was lighting a cigarette. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And the
Yeah,
boy, they
yeah.
just walked out, let alone. Yeah,
Ah, yeah.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes it come different. I had a recent situation that um, I had to learn to. What helps is to put put you from away from the situation. Sometimes you feel like you need to talk about it, but sometimes you don't. And when I put myself away from, and then I wrote it down, I was able actually to relieve some of the mental tension and process the thoughts. And then when I processed the thoughts, I realized it was important to to come out with that at that current time. And then later on, discussion happened and it's better. because I want to in my feelings. Because a lot of times when things
Hmm.
and some kind of way, it's easy to get in your. It's not a good thing
Hmm. That's
because
not the
it can
time
go on
for it.
and on. And just, so,
So because not the time for it.
yeah, I think sometimes it's best. Seems like you're
Say what?
you keep
No,
moving.
your picture.
Yeah.
And I'm putting the phone in the stand. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. I got
Uh,
this. I forgot that the phone came with a stand, so I can just put it in the stand.
oh
Yeah.
wow,
Okay.
wow.
And see, now I don't have to hold it.
Yeah.
I forgot I had this. I don't even have to hold it in my hand.
Modern technology.
Yeah.
Now I learned that, and I try to teach some of these principles to people. I said, listen, when um, and like even part of forgiveness is that you you have to forgive the person because the forgiveness is for you. And when you forgive the person, you pretty much sometimes you do a prayer and say, "I'm forgiving. I'm putting in God's hands. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go." And you say that out loud. And what I think what gives it more weight if you actually wrote it to get it out your head for the most part. But then still things come, they float back in. And then when it comes back in, you say, "I'm done with it." You don't give it energy. You're done with it. Done with it. I gave it peace. I gave it. I'm done with it. And I think people don't want to do that because they don't want to be done with it. They want to hold on it. I think sometimes it's holding on to the memory of what could have been, and then it never happened. So when you can focus on that, you focus on what could have been. It's like I got a piece of reality that's really fiction. Yeah, had a discussion with somebody today, and she's like, All these years, and all I've done for the person, all I've done, and he gonna do this, and he gonna do that, such and such." And I asked her, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do about it, Tina?" I didn't say that though. I didn't say Tina. I said, "But what you gonna do about it?" So what you gonna do? The ball, pretty much the ball was in her court. The ball being in her court, then she had the decision to make. You can't change anybody else, but you can change yourself. And a lot of times
Yeah.
you have to change yourself in the situation for the situation to be better for you. Now, when she was talking to me, she was very emotional, and she needed that release. So I let her talk. Uh, She was like Viola Davis. All just all that. It's not coming there. No, she wasn't like that. But she was
Yeah. I'm about to say, I hope not, but okay.
like Viola Davis on fences.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
in here too. I'm in here watching you. You think it's just you as me too? No, but she wasn't. No, she wasn't doing that. But she was pretty lit up. Man, she was out the window of the car. I mean, and holler at the person. And but she needed it, so I just let her go. She needed it. And then when we pulled off, then she had a conversation, and she just went at it. Tears were coming, but she needed to get that up and out, and to hear herself think out loud and process it. And at the end of every tear, I said, "So what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it?" And then at the end of it, she's like, "Ooh, I really did need that." Sometimes you need a good cry. You need a good cry, a safe in a safe place. Like sometimes people need to hit a bag or something, or a safe place. Get it back and hit a wall in a safe place. Go in the room and scream, but so you can get it out. Um, Personally, I think writing stuff down helps get stuff out. So I like the situation I had previously. I mean, it really helped. Um, it helped to the point whereas as I was revisiting uh, to have communication, I thought I voted against it because while I was feeling that I needed to, that's the time I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was too game on. It's like on a too geek for a confrontation instead of a resolution. So when I felt that when the confrontation went away, then I was open for a resolution.
Wow. Okay.
It, it sometimes we want to confront something, but we really don't want a resolution. We just want to be heard. And by you talking doesn't necessarily mean you being heard because you talk to somebody who's ticked off, all they're going to hear is noise. And if you ticked off, it's going to come across like you're mad. It's going to be raging noise. Rage. it's gonna be it's gonna be rage, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to work on being rage because I don't want my cortisol level again going up, high blood pressure, diabetes. I mean, pituitary glands going haywire. I mean, so and you can control it, and that's an internal dial there's an internal dial that you can gauge based on how you respond, not react, but respond. And it's a practice to respond in the correct manner. Just like I remember Ernest told me at church. He told me no, he's 7th degree Hapkido. You knew that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's 7th degree Hapkido. I said, "How was your last test?" He said, "I had to." He said, we had to be still for 12 hours straight." He said, "One of the hardest
12
things I ever did in
hours.
my life, 12 hours."
Wow.
I think they took 15-minute breaks every 3 hours, something like that. 15-minute breaks, but they had to just be still for 12 hours. That
Wow.
was the test to become seven Dan, 7th degree black belt.
Wow.
Pretty
12
much
hours, man.
mind over matter. So you
That's
had to be
really intense.
alone with your thoughts and focused.
Could you at least um go out somewhere, even though, yeah, you want to be alone with your thoughts, but the location itself is can be various places. Like go and walk in a park or something like that, or
Right. But they no, I think they was all in the room. They was all in the room and they had to be still. I mean, you be still, not walk apart, just be still. No. Yeah. And for those who come on first time, just go ahead. I put the link in the chat, so you can click the link and you pop right on, and you can join in the discussion. I had discussing rage, and we previously talked about the previous video of rage. But if you have some rage, come on, share it. Maybe you get some resolution or not.
hmm wow, yeah, rage is intense. It doesn't feel good to be that angry, especially afterwards when you've calmed down. Yeah, it doesn't feel good at all.
Yeah, yeah. So, oh, cool. Hey, Nisha, how you doing? no, no. Rarely people say they coming on. There's people say they come on to actually own up to it. And she said somebody came on. That kind of makes you feel a little good, a little good. Anisha, you have anything to add in? I mean, you can come on. You have to show your face, and you can click the link. I'll bring you on. Yeah, but if not, you put some questions in the chat, and then we see if we can come up some responses for you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
So
I think I think that's what that's one thing that made Mike Tyson such a good fighter. It seemed like
what?
he could turn that rage on when he wanted to.
Yeah,
You
I think
know.
he had the rage on. You remember Avengers? They asked the first Avengers. They said, "Where's the green guy? Don't you gotta get mad or something? Don't you gotta get angry?" He said, "I'm always angry."
Oh yeah, yeah. Because that's what you want to know my secret. I'm always angry. Yeah.
Yeah, my secret. I'm always angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
he's always angry. So it's glad you came on. But I think when Mike Tyson went into the ring, what happens that he was he wanted to kill the person. He is focused.
Yeah.
Destroy, destroy, destroy. He is
Yeah.
focused. That's the early years though.
Right. Yeah. He knew then what was important about life, and that
But
is
then,
destroy. Then and now, he knew what's important in life,
what,
which is
what,
destroy your enemies, see them driven before you, hear the lamentation of the women.
what you say?
That's what's
the,
important in life. Destroy your enemies, see them driven before you, hear the lamentation of the women.
hear the lamentations.
Of the women.
How does lamentation sound?
Them screaming at from you destroying your enemies. It's your enemies, women. Don't you remember when he asked Conan, what is important in life? And Conan said, destroy your enemies, see them driven before you, hear the lamentation of the women.
Boy, what? 1981?
Conan, the first Conan, yeah.
Yeah,
It was back
when he
in
hit,
1980s. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, when he hit the horse and Peter was out there.
Yeah, that's the
Bam!
first one, yeah.
No, he hit the horse. He hit the
Yeah,
camel.
camel, yeah. He punched the camel and knocked the camel out.
Yeah, I heard that. That was for real.
Oh, that was a long time ago, yeah. But I was just sharing that great wisdom that was in that movie. That's where you can use rage. To destroy your enemies, see them driven before you, hear the lamentation of the women. You had to be there.
No, I heard the squeak. Is that dog with that toy?
Yeah. She got that toy again. She was voicing her agreement with the philosophy.
With the philosophy?
Yeah.
I think it can be used. It can be uh it's not. I think if you can bottle it up and pinpoint and direct it, that's one thing. But if
It
you
can
can
be
bottle up
useful.
and pinpoint and direct it, then it's not rage.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Because you can be righteously um, angry about certain topics and certain environmental um, treatments toward mankind and funnel your energy for a better tomorrow.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can funnel your energies toward a better tomorrow, and but that's funneling your anger. I'm angry for these disjustices of how people are being treated, and I'm putting my energies toward that, and that calls for that's great. That focus that gives you great determination to keep going. I would not be denied. We would not be denied. Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, even Malcolm X. I mean, um, great leaders. And they focus on the right of people having benefits. Uh, we got somebody. Hey, Nish.
Hey, friend, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I told you I was coming, didn't
She sure did.
I?
He sure did. Sure did. You like to add into the discussion on this?
I just came in on the butt end. I don't really know what y'all talk about
Did,
right now, so I'm
did you see
trying
the
to
video?
figure it out.
Did you see the video?
I seen a little bit of it. So it's like I'm trying to figure out what y'all talking about so I can chime in, but I want to chime in if I don't know what y'all talking about.
We're
We talk
talking
about
about
rage.
rage.
Y'all talking about rage.
Right.
Rage Against the Machine.
So what was y'all at talking about rage?
Renee?
Oh, she touched
Go
that.
ahead, Renee.
um, you were talking about how you can channel. If you can channel it, it can be useful. But if you can't
Hmm.
channel it, then it's not rage.
Exactly. Won't that what we was just talking about, friend?
Yes, was. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
you can go off of like how a person could be wanting to argue with you, but if you can leave that situation and just let them talk with themselves, you choosing not rage, but they may choose rage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like misery love company. If you talking with yourself, you only talking with yourself. You
That's
left
right.
with them thoughts with yourself. But if I'm intertwining with that, and it's just like I'm gonna intertwine with that, and I'm gonna go off rage too. You may be enraged, but I'm finding peace. I'm not going off that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
if you
peace.
want to be enraged, you be enraged. But
Yeah,
I
because peace
want
is on.
peace.
Right. Because peace is on inside.
Exactly. So it's like if any situation that you're in, it all goes with yourself. What you believe in, what you want, what you desire, what you discern, or what you determine and what's going to melt on that oven. I'm not fitting to choose rage. I want peace. So it
That's
all
right.
goes in with what you want.
That's true. That's true. And you realize that the rage, everything's coming from the outside. See, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't control the outside, but you can control the inside.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
You can control you, how you respond instead of reacting. And it's easier
And
said than done because it's a quiet skill, but it's needed though.
it's all with you,
Yeah,
because you have no control over people. You have control over yourself. And that's
that's true.
it. If you know you want peace, you're not about to go for something that don't bring you peace. You're not about to put your all into what don't bring you peace. Because that makes it like, what's the words I'm looking for? It makes it, what's the words I'm looking for, friend?
Crazy.
It make you kind of crazy, but in other words, it don't make you, it makes it, I don't know the words I'm looking for, but it makes it not what you're looking for. In other words.
I'm trying. Yeah, I did a sentence again. It makes it not acceptable. Yeah, not
I know the words. It makes it useless in a way.
okay. Okay,
Useless. Like if you know what you're looking for, it makes it useless to intertwine with something that you know that's not what you're looking for. You have no control over people, you just have control over yourself. And I know I don't want to be depressed. I know I don't want to feel like I'm not worth this or that when I know who I am. Why am I gonna try to beat it in somebody else's head if I know who I am? If I know who God says that I am, more importantly, if I know that, why am I trying to beat it in somebody else's head? That's where we fall short trying to please everybody else. and forget about ourselves
I agree.
to the point that it makes us feel like maybe I am not doing enough. Maybe I am who that person says that I am because of how they look at you,
You
not
start drinking
because
the
of who
Kool-Aid.
you know who you are,
You,
who
yeah, you
God
start
says
Kool-Aid.
that you are.
Right.
That's why depression is real, because we think so much of what people has to say and think about us, but not who we know that we are. You ain't finna argue with nobody if you know it ain't no argument. What I'm gonna argue with you for if I already know what's up? I already know who I am. You already know who I am. Why am I argue with you?
A lot of times
That
people
goes for
argue.
friends, family, relationships,
Right.
whatever. That goes for everything. What am I argue with you for?
A lot of times people argue, try to make it what they want it to be, even though it's not.
Exactly what they want it to be. But you already know. And if when people get that in their head, knowing who we are royal priesthood, we are who God says that we are made in his image, all that. When we get that in our head, that's when depression will cease and all that. Because it ain't no room for depression because we already know who we are.
That's right.
Maybe I'm talking crazy. I don't know.
What you,
But
what you think about what you just said, Renee? What you think about Nisha? What you just said?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think she stated it perfectly, you know. So sometimes you just like I think there's a passage in the Bible. It kind of says when you argue with a fool, it's just like two fools arguing with each other, you know. Sometimes you just got to remove
exactly.
yourself from the situation.
You can't
Yep.
argue with a signboard, friend, because they
Right.
can't talk back.
Right.
They
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
talk back.
you look kind of insane. That's right. They sure can't talk back. They can't.
A signboard cannot talk back to you. It's you give that energy to the soundboard, but they can't speak back to you. It's like it goes deeper than trying to get somebody to understand where you coming from. And when we realize and come to the point that we don't have to prove nothing to nobody that walk the same earth that we walk. I ain't gotta prove nothing to you. That goes for whatever. Girlfriend, boyfriend, mother, father, whatever. If you walk the same earth that I walk, I don't gotta prove nothing to you because that makes you imperfect. Ain't
Hmm.
nobody perfect but the good Lord. If you ain't him, you can't. Those without sin cast the first stone.
That's right. You
If
sweet.
you like me, you can't talk down on me. You can't tell me
Mhm.
something to make me feel no type of way or make me to belittle me or whatever. You can't do that. If you're not God, you can't do that. And that when we as people get that together, there
Hmm.
ain't nobody perfect, ain't no sin bigger than the lesser than another sin, ain't no sin smaller than another. A sin is a sin. When we as people get that together, we'll be all right. I feel like depression wouldn't even really exist. And you can be in depression and not even know you in depression.
Yeah, we talked about that. I mean, I've said that a lot of times depression and anxiety is pretty much is your body telling you
It's
something's
all in
wrong.
one.
It's a warning, tell you, say, listen, you need to get on this. You need to get on this. And a lot of times people ignore what their body and how they're feeling. They ignore it and they get deep in, and that's when it gets like clinical depression.
And
That's when it
that's
gets
when it
bad.
take you out. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
say it take you out, but it tries to take you out.
yeah, kids, the dopamine levels go all down. Yeah, that's right.
Because it's never too late. It's just up to you as a person to realize, like, I know who I am. I know who God says that I am, more importantly.
The first, not the
I
last,
know who
above
I am.
only. not beneath.
But you
That's
just
right.
gotta realize it.
That's true.
And
That's
when
true.
you realize it, that's when things will change for you. When you don't care what people think, you don't care how people feel, because people gonna feel it. My mama used to always tell me, people gonna talk about you to the day you die, and when you die, they still gonna talk about you. So what did you
But
change?
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
Not
That's
a
so my brother
thing.
like my
You ain't changed
multiple like.
nothing because they still gonna talk.
Hmm.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Nisha.
And
Thank
you
you,
didn't
Nisha.
worried yourself in depression. You didn't lost weight. You didn't did this. You didn't felt like that. And you gone. And they still saying the same stuff that you wish they never said. It don't change. It start with you.
That's right.
God died for us to have life. Life. And life more abundantly. Abundance. It starts with you. He told you. It's up to you to do what you gonna do with it. He give you free will.
It's
It's
all a
up to
choice.
you.
It's all a choice.
It's up to you.
You.
That goes for anything. I'm not gonna
Any.
let this job stress me.
That's
I'm
right.
not gonna let this person stress me. I'm not gonna let this situation stress me. Because my God is bigger than that. And because He bigger than that, I know I'm bigger than that.
And that's true. And then wrap this up, Nisha. I think that the biggest thing is that when you start when your anger moves along the continuum, and you need to address it at the very beginning, especially when it's taking over your life, and it causes you to go into a rage. So that's like the
Right.
fourth the fourth element that I talked about as far as in my five stages that take you to a level of toxicity. First one, like I said it before, first one's frustration, second one's resentment, the third one is bitterness, the fourth one's rage. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
stated earlier in the video that next week I'll be doing a video on uh I call it the internal assassin. That because
Mm-hmm.
it actually the point of unforgiveness can take you to a point where you can become that of a murderer. So therefore, that's why I'm calling it the internal assassin, because it's not killing anybody but you.
It's killing
It's
yourself.
killing yourself. So with that being said, so we're gonna do. I appreciate you as you come because you're coming on and sharing your piece, and so I'm gonna wrap this thing up, and we're gonna bid everybody good night.
Ah, good night. Good night.
Good
Good night.
night.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. All
All
right.
right. Have a wonderful Thursday. Take care.
Okay.
So handsome,
I'll
that
cut you
face.
off. All right, people. Okay. Well, okay, journeymen, journeywomen, I do appreciate you all coming out here to see a hero's journey with Dr. D. And so, with that being said, I just really appreciate for those who came on and who will share something to the conversation. And I do encourage everybody, even on the on the replay. Uh, even on the replay, for you to please leave a comment and share on the topic at hand and other things that you'd like for me to do research on, and I will do what I can do for you. And this is important for me. Is what is for you to make sure that the message is clear. And if it's not clear, please let me know. So I'm just trying to get my light to come on so I can cut off. I don't know what's going on here. So with that being said, this is we have you'll see in the edited version. You look to your left, look to your right. We have a a playlist that you can look at, have over 150 different uploads, different types of videos dealing with emotions and uh, purpose-driven material. So I encourage everybody to look, share, comment, and if it can help one, it can help. Hey, I've done my job. If I can help at least one, if I touch one person, and also you can look down below to the audio podcast. It's a Hero's Journey with Dr. D, the podcast .com, and you should be able to listen while you walk and play. Not walk and play, but while you drive to work. And so, so with that being said, everybody know that if you remember anything else from this video or from the podcast, is that I would like for you all to remember that every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward and never look back. Because when you look back, you stay back. But I want you to stay forward and look into your future, because you're important, God important. So therefore, it must be. It just got to be. So, so that being said, let me go click my stuff out. This is Hero with Dr. D, and we are out. Good night, Tito. Ooh, this is a good one, y'all. I appreciate I think this was good. This was good. I appreciate the extra commentary, Nisha. I do appreciate you coming on and sharing, because it was good content. It really was. Looking forward to seeing many more, many more, many more, and many more people come on, because if we can help one, we can help others. Be sure to leave me, go down below, look at my website. If you need any other intensive information on, hit me up and we see what we can do. We are out. Peace out.